in a stunning reveal that has captured the hearts of ARMY around the globe. A source close to HYBE confirmed that Bang Si-hyuk, founder of Big Hit Entertainment and the visionary behind BTS's rise to global stardom, has been quietly writing letters to Jin, the group's eldest member, at key milestones throughout his career. The revelation came to light following Jin's record-breaking solo concert in Anaheim on July 18, 2025, where over 18,000 fans witnessed what many are calling the most emotionally raw performance in his career. According to insiders, Bang Si-hyuk, often regarded as a stoic figure behind the scenes, was moved to tears while watching Jin's final performance and later handed him a letter backstage. But this wasn't the first. Reports claim that Bang Si-hyuk has written Jin at least 5 heartfelt letters over the years. The first was allegedly given on the day of Jin's debut with BTS in June 2013. That letter, according to one staff member, read simply, "You were born for this. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, forget that." Another came after the group's historic win at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards, where Bang PD praised Jin's quiet leadership and emotional strength. "The world sees your face, but I see your backbone. Thank you for holding everyone up, especially when no one knew you were doing it." In late 2020, when Jin was facing the possibility of military enlistment, Bang Si-hyuk reportedly handed him a small envelope during a private company dinner. That letter wasn't shared publicly, but Jin's teary-eyed smile and quiet nod at the time had fans speculating. Many believe it helped ease the emotional weight Jin carried about temporarily leaving his members and fans. Most recently, after his Anaheim solo concert, which marked both a new chapter and possibly the quiet end of another, Jin received what insiders are calling the most personal letter Bang PD has ever written. While its full contents remain private, a trusted staff member paraphrased one line that left everyone speechless. "You walked in as a trainee. You're walking out as a legend. Thank you for making me proud to believe in you." Fans online are already dubbing the exchange the most heart-wrenching moment we never saw. The hashtag #LettersToJin trended globally on X, formerly Twitter, with fans sharing their own versions of what they would write to Jin if given the chance. One viral fan post read, "Bang PD raised artists, but with Jin, he raised a legacy." Others pointed out the poetic symmetry of it all. A young acting student once recruited off the street by Bang Si-hyuk, now becoming the emotional centerpiece of a global empire. Not with loud ambition, but with silent consistency. Not with perfect skills, but with unwavering sincerity. Industry veterans have applauded the emotional intelligence of Bang Si-hyuk's gesture. "This isn't just about artist management," said K-pop analyst Jang Eun-hai. "It's about mentorship. Bang didn't just give Jin a contract, he gave him faith. And Jin repaid it by becoming one of the most emotionally honest artists of his generation." As speculation continues about Jin's next steps, whether more solo work, variety shows, or a creative role behind the scenes, one thing is clear. He walks forward with the kind of rare, enduring support that can only come from someone who's been watching since day one. Bang Si-hyuk's letters aren't just words on paper. They're the silent soundtrack to a journey that changed music history. And Jin Seokjin, he didn't just read them, he lived them. In the days following the Anaheim concert, HYBE quietly unveiled a limited documentary short-titled "To Jin with All My Heart," exclusive to their fan platform, Weverse. The 14-minute video, narrated by a soft-spoken male voice many believe to be Bang Si-hyuk himself, showcases behind-the-scenes footage of Jin throughout the years. From his shaky first audition tape to candid moments backstage, asleep with a towel over his face, to slow-motion clips of him singing alone on an empty stadium stage. The video closes with a shot of Jin sitting at a piano in a quiet studio, eyes closed, mouthing what appears to be the final line of Bang's latest letter. Fans quickly lip-read what they believe he said. "You were never just the oldest. You were the heart." Shortly after the documentary's release, Jin posted to Weverse for the first time in weeks. The message, short and handwritten, said, "To the man who saw me when I was invisible, I read every word. I kept every word. I'll carry them the rest of the way." Seokjin. That message has since been screen captured and shared over 8 million times across various social media platforms, with fans calling it the most intimate confession he's ever made. A legacy etched in ink and silence. While BTS has long been known for their music, choreography, and global activism, this chapter shines a light on the quieter elements that built the phenomenon: trust, mentorship, and emotional transparency behind closed doors. Bang Si-hyuk and Jin's relationship, it seems, was one forged not just in contracts and rehearsal rooms, but in quiet notes and moments too sacred for the public eye. Industry insiders now speculate that Bang Si-hyuk's letters to Jin could eventually be curated into a special project, perhaps a memoir, an art installation, or even a lyrical collection paired with unreleased melodies composed by Jin himself. One insider hinted, let's just say, not all of Jin's treasures are on stage. Some are waiting in silence. Meanwhile, fans around the world have begun their own tribute projects. In Seoul, a group of ARMY is organizing a Letters to Jin exhibition, inviting fans to submit handwritten notes, much like the ones Bang wrote over the years. In Los Angeles, a mural is being painted in downtown Koreatown with the words, "You were born for this." Jin has not announced any official next steps. His management has declined interview requests, saying only that he is resting, reflecting, and preparing something close to his heart. That's more than enough for ARMY, who have learned over the years that when Jin goes quiet, something powerful is coming. And Bang Si-hyuk, he's kept out of the spotlight, just as he always has when it comes to deeply personal matters. But a close HYBE staffer, who's worked with both men for over a decade, shared one final detail that has fans reeling. Every letter Bang PD ever wrote to Jin, he kept a copy for himself, each one framed, hung in his private office, right behind his desk. So maybe these weren't just letters. Maybe they were love songs with no music. Maybe they were promises written in ink instead of sound. Maybe they were the foundation of everything we see now. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest legacy BTS will ever leave behind isn't just their records, awards, or sold-out stadiums, but the bond between one quiet boy who believed he wasn't enough and one quiet man who saw that he always was. In what fans are calling a symbolic passing of the torch, HYBE's training division recently revealed that new trainees entering the company are now gifted a welcome package that includes a journal titled "For When You Can't Speak It Out Loud." The opening page, a printed excerpt from Bang Si-hyuk's first letter to Jin in 2013. "You were born for this. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, forget that." According to HYBE staff, the journal initiative was inspired directly by Bang PD's relationship with Jin, emphasizing introspection, emotional honesty, and self-acknowledgement as core components of artistic growth. The move marks a radical shift in how K-pop idols are nurtured in the industry, focusing less on output and more on inner resilience. Bang Si-hyuk showed the world that vulnerability isn't a weakness, said Kim Min-ha, a former idol and now mentor to rookies in HYBE's artist development team. He didn't just train Jin to be a performer, he helped him become human. And that humanity is what built a legacy. And Jin, ever the reluctant icon, continues to carry that message forward. Not in grand speeches or headline-grabbing gestures, but in his calm presence, subtle gratitude, and unexpected artistry. An unseen goodbye. Sources close to the team say that after the Anaheim concert, Jin returned to Korea not in a VIP jet or through the media-flooded Incheon Gate, but quietly, on a commercial red-eye flight, seated beside his longtime manager, wearing a mask and a plain white hoodie. No camera flashes, no press. When asked by a fellow passenger if he was Jin of BTS, he simply smiled and said, "Sometimes. Today, I'm just Seokjin." But those who know him best say that behind that humble smile, something had shifted. He wasn't closing a door. He was entering a new one, quietly, like always. Jin has always been a storm disguised as a breeze, Bang Si-hyuk once said in an unreleased staff interview in 2022. People think he drifts gently, but he's the one who's been anchoring everything. Rumors are swirling that Jin may be preparing a special anthology project, one that will not only showcase new music, but also include reflections, letters, and even voice recordings spanning his career. If true, it would be the first time fans could directly hear Jin read words from Bang PD aloud, letters that once only existed in silence, now echoing into eternity.